Good afternoon. Let's take a nice breath in and a big sigh. Let the breathing come back to normal. So happy to see you today. My name is Drake, and this is Touching the Edge. This is Touching the Edge, and this is about us finding a positive relationship to the election. And to me, that is so intimately about touching our edge. The edge is the edge of our limitation. It's what we have a limitation in. It doesn't matter where you have the limit, there's always a limit in every part of your life. A point that you can't go beyond, a point that if you go beyond, you're going to create damage. Your edge is your current edge of limitation. It's not what you want it to be, it's what it is. It may not even be what you would like it to be. You may have more capacity than you want to admit to yourself. So we want to touch the edge gently without bursting through it. And when we touch the edge on a regular basis, what we didn't have is an expansion. We have an expansion of capability. So I want to show you an example of that. I want to show you a picture. This is one of my all-time favorite pictures. I love this picture. This is me training many, many years ago. Okay, it's not me training, but I do love the picture, and he is bald, and I love it because it's the manifestation of this gentleman's discipline. Through a discipline process, he eventually is able to do what feels like a superhuman feat. This is what touching the edge does for us. If we touch it gently on a regular basis, we suddenly have an expansion of capability. And the edge is not just in something like this that seems superhuman. The edge is in every part of our life, in every part that we are accomplished. When we have the ability to stay grounded in the midst of an intense situation, we are demonstrating in our own lives the expansion of our own edge. When you meet someone who you have a charge with, when you meet someone who has exactly that point of view that you find to be disrespectful, that's when we want to be aware of that edge of discipline. It connects us back to what we were talking about yesterday. Understanding you are not your emotions. You are the experience. You have the experience of your emotions, but you are not your emotions any more than you are the clothing that you wear. Yes, the clothing that you wear does express elements about who you are, just as what you feel expresses elements about who you are, but it's not who you are. It's part of a process that you're going through. So touching the edge regularly helps us to create some distance so that we're not in the middle of it, looking at the whole world from the vantage point of our bias and our emotional experience. Let's do that again, the same practice we did yesterday. So let's sit up tall, breathe, and relax. Relax every part of your body. Relax from the bottom up, relaxing your feet, aware of your feet, and notice if you have any shoes on. Relaxing through the lower legs, the shins and the calves. Breathing nice and easily. Be aware if your legs are straight or bent. Coming through the fronts of the thighs, relaxing through the fronts of the thighs, all the way up into the hips and the pelvic floor. Breathing nice and easily, relaxing through the rear, through the hamstrings, all the way through your bottom, and notice what you're sitting on. Feeling it through the low back, the mid and upper back. The chest is up, the stomach is soft. Allow yourself to breathe. Feel how easily you breathe. Breathing nice and easily, relaxing all the way through the shoulders, all the way down through the hands. The hands are soft and release. Breathing nice and easily, relaxing through the shoulders all the way through the neck and jaws. And relaxation spreading from the jaws all the way through the face. Breathing nice and easy, relaxing, taking a nice breath in, and an easy sigh. Now breathe and notice subtlety. When you can experience subtlety in the midst of intensity, this is called self-mastery. Breathing nice and easily, notice what you're feeling right now. What are the emotions that you're feeling? I'm feeling a sense of confidence. I'm feeling a sense of union and camaraderie because I know that there are at least some people watching this that I am really connected to. I'm feeling a sense of hope for us as a people and concern for us as a people. So all these emotions are playing. Again, they're like the northern lights. They're fluctuating. They don't just stay the same. You are not an anxious person. These are fluctuating events. I can feel concern about a real critical element in my family life right now. My extended family, I have a family member who's very, very ill, and it's tremendous, the concern I have about family around that person and how much love I have for everyone involved. I can feel this happening right now. And as I'm saying this, as I'm letting it go, I'm feeling that experience of peace underneath. So, what about you? What are you feeling? Take a moment. Turn off the video if you like, but take a moment to sit with what you feel. And I'm asking you to state at least 4 emotions that you're experiencing. Express the dominant emotion. But underneath the dominant emotion, if you're patient, there are other emotions that will reveal themselves to you. And understand that just as the person who needs to scream and get your attention is not necessarily the person who has the most to say, the most obvious emotions don't necessarily tell us the most about who we really are. So be aware of those subtle emotions. And when you release them, understand what you're feeling afterwards. Be aware. This is a practice. Any practice that you do, notice how you're doing after they're complete. One of the elements that I would suggest that you will probably experience when you really express these emotions is that you'll be aware that you're not in the middle of them. You're expressing them as an observer rather than someone caught in the middle of the emotion. As you express it, there's a release of the emotion, and you're able to find the subtle baseline that's underneath. You are not an anxious person. That is a pattern that you have often experienced. But what you truly are at the baseline, and that baseline level, when we're truly present, we have an experience of calm and slight optimism. This is our baseline. So I want to ask you to touch the edge of your discipline here today. Be aware and kind of focus on what you'd like to accomplish the rest of this 40-day practice. Do you want to become calmer? Do you want to become more fit? Do you want to focus on your finances? Do you want to focus on doing something positive in the world? You can do this. So again, I want to bring up this picture. It's not me, but I am, in my own way, stepping up to my edge of discipline. I'll never do what this gentleman is doing, but I am living my life to the best of my capability. So, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you are doing to make the world a better place. Here we go. Listen carefully. I bring my hands into prayer position, and I say to you, Namaste, my friend. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.